bịa ma na ịbụ onye nzọpụta, ịma na ịbụ onye nzọpụta, ịbụ onye nzọpụta. Jehova bụ onye nzọpụta, God of freedom bụ onye nzọpụta. Jehova bụ na onye nzọpụta, ịbụ onye nzọpụta. Eze na ịbụ onye nzọpụta, ọkwụrụ ọkara ibe ịnwụrụ n'obe maka m. Jehova nwụrụ n'obe maka m. Ịbụ onye nzọpụta. Chukwu bụ onye nzọpụta. Chukwu onye na-enye ndụ na ịbụ onye nzọpụta. Jehova nwụrụ n'obe maka anyị. Ịbụ onye nzọpụta. Eze na ịbụ onye nzọpụta. Chukwu onye na-eme ihe ukwu na ịbụ onye nzọpụta m. Eze na ịbụ onye nzọpụta. Ọ bụ na onye nzọpụta. Jehova bụ na onye inye aka anyị. Igbo bụ Igbo. Ọtụtụ ọma ihe ọma mgbede ọma, depending your time zone. Anyị ya dị ka echi, maka na echi adịghị agwụ agwụ ka anyị na-agbaga. Ọ bụrụ ọrịa na ikwete na eze Chukwu okike abịa ma na onye nzọpụta, ịma na anyị na-akpụ ya eze Chiteoke. Some people ole emesa ha anya, ya emesara gị anya. Chukwu okike abịa ma, eze Chiteoke abịa ma, eze kpotakwazi oke nke abịa ma. Ife niile a bụ ofe ife maka na-akụ aka. Ege ntị. If you are just coming across our channel for the very first time, this is Kelenna TV. We are live and we are direct, bringing you the gospel of redemption like your own doorstep. Ka nna agwa gị ere. Ife anyị na-eme ka ebe bụ common sense. Ọ bụrụ na anyị ka ga ife wee mara no ịmụ ife, ịbụ na ịkara anyị gakwuo akwụkwọ, mana ọ nwere ife ị na-echefu, maka ntu ahụ o si wee dị wetara iji echefu ihe a ka iji wee nọdụ, reminding you of that which you know. That is just all. Ka nna agwa gị, I just want to make common sense as always. Ọ bụ na ị join na nke ọzọ, hey, go there. We are keeping it real. As Minister of Enjoyment, ebe ahụ anyị na-ekeep ya real, Anamana TV. Ka nna agwa gị, yes, Chukwu abịa ma onye nzọpụta ka ọ bụ. Ị nwere ike ịma nghọta. Ọ ya ka anyị ji ekwu mgbe ụfọdụ ịgbachala ihe dị n'okpukperechi mgba, maka na enwere ike akọwasịbịa. Onye nwere ike ịfụla some things mere eme n'eziokwu ka anyị ghara ịsị na ha ncha mere eme. And the Bible said something. Mana before man aga na the gospel anyị nwere taa, I am going to read out something to you banyere Imo State. Amazi news abụ anyị na-eweta ya. Here anyị adịghị ekwu ife ndị mmadụ ekwurọ. Ife anyị na-ekwu bụ ihe dị verifiable ka nna agwa gị ere. Anyị nọkọtakwaziri fụkwala media, mana something triggered ihe niile efuru na-eme now. And ka ife trigger ya, o mere egwu agụrụ asị gị after the reggae. Hey, ozi a went to follow the tone. Ozi a follow the tone ka ịghọta. After the reggae, play the blues. Ama mere ghọta. After the reggae, play the blues. Ka ife bụ reggae na nghọta nke gị. Reggae bụ egwu a na-agba ya hit ya na-eme gị. Mgbe a na-agba egwu reggae, ị nwere ike ị na-anya ịma nghọtacha onye ka agba. Ịghọtago? After the reggae, play the blues. Hey, ka Chukwu nyere gị aka ka ị digest ihe a. Ibe n'okwu nwere onwe a na-ekwu, ihe a nọ na-abụ reggae ka aka na-akụ. Ama m na-aghọta. And oge nke a ifere a na-akụ reggae na a ji ewepụta ọtụtụ okwu egwu gasị. Chineke, God help me. Ọtụtụ okwu egwu ya abata ya on the pretext of ịgba reggae. Enwere ike agbagharị ya wilo fanchas kwa, because without reggae you can't come to the blues. Enwere ike on the process of ịgba this reggae awilo aba ya. Enwere ike a na-akụkwa reggae akụghịrị ya arịarịa. Ama mere ghọta. Those ndị nọ na-egwu ya ghọta. Enwe arịarịa abịakwuo na edizie in different kinds of arịarịa. Ama mere ghọta. So n'okwu nwere onwe a na-ekwu na aka na-agba reggae, ebe a ji agba blues bụ mgbe nwere onwe bịasịa. Ama mere ghọta. So n'ime reggae a na-agba ọtụtụ ife ya apụtagasị, because ozi anyị ji na-etozi ogologo, mana anyị ji na-ekwu ya nga ọ ya dị tụ omimi. somehow so all of a sudden I have to Imo State Governor Hope Uzodimma Lord asị na ya ekwu ozikwa leomediarị mgbe ya jiri si ka enwebe mari ịghọtago leomediarị mgbe ya jiri kwuo ka ewepụta ebe eji enye IDP. I am going to read out something to you. Mana ya mana Lord, the process of ịgba reggae, in short, reggae is necessary because without reggae amamba blues. So some things in and the Bible said something that I am going to send another comforter that will abide with you forever. Another comforter that will abide with you forever. Every generation, God always send comforter. Hear this. There is another comforter sent in the era of Mazi. God, by his infinite mercy and wisdom, have already sent another comforter. And to those who don't like the comforter, the good news that I am announcing to you today is that the comforter is here to stay. But the Bible says that I am going to send another comforter that will abide with you forever. So, that this comforter is here to stay. And who is that comforter at this age? The comforter whom God gave to us, like the era or like the dispensation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the comforter of Mazi Ekpa Njoko. And the Bible said that he will abide with you forever. He came to stay. So we are bringing you the gospel of redemption like your doorstep. I am going to send another comforter to thee. He, the comforter, will abide with you forever. So you are a comforter. You got to go. Captain. Captain know the captain know the die for film. Or actor know the die for film. So the comforter, because it was he, God, that sent him. And he have come to abide with us forever. Remember, after the reggae, play the blues. The problem I want them this year, I ain't them in a hurry. I actually what again I ain't about blues. That is the problem. It's all about reggae can hit before you about blues. Yeah, what rototon did you rest in a hatch or more. Lord Yahoo Kahama, Eruziela Yahoo, Enebi Waziho to lens. Gospel of redemption kind of follow us carefully. During the time of apartheid regime in South Africa, God sent a comforter in the person of Nelson Mandela. And the comforter abide with Mandela forever. Depending your time zone, so we are sorry about that. We are interrupted by a call. And it is very, very important that we pick that call. Very, very, very important. So sorry about that. So I was saying something. I said that during the time Logan came to South Africa, God sent them a comforter. And that comforter was there with them forever. The comforter abide with them forever. And who is that comforter? Nelson Mandela. Some of you, let me want to notice some things in the Bible. The reason iji agba ya mgba ọ bụ na ụdị ihe a emebere n'oge nke anya o mene mana ihe iji agba ya mgba bụ na onwebe ebe debetara ya ka ịgụpụta ya ọ were ya mee reference mana ndị ọcha debenwuru nke ha a na-agụpụta ya were ya na-eme reference mana anyị ji aka anyị eme onwe anyị because of envy and jealousy. What happened? N'obodo Bongo a bịara wepụ history ka ị ghara icheta ife mere during Biafra Nigeria war. So like, stop blaming in the Ocha. They keep history. Go try what happened during their time or during the time of their fathers. Maka ihe ji wepụ history no nke go ugbu a bụ ka ị ghara inwe anything to back up your story during the time of your father. So God have already sent us a comforter at this age. The comforter God gave to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafrans, Mazi Ekpa Njoko. So, and I just told you that during the time of South Africa, God sent them a comforter. Hear this. No man cometh to the Father except through me. Gent, before you attain to some level in life, you cannot attain to such level without the help of a man. Am I got now? No man cometh to the Father except through me. There is some level that you have attained now. Without the help of man, you will not get there. So you get to that level because of man whom God sent. Our freedom will not come without us embracing that comforter. He whom God sent our own time. And who is the comforter? Mazi and Joko. You may not like it. And then South Africa embraced their own comforter. But Nelson Mandela. Why ye GH? Our own generation, Logan Kanya, our own Nelson Mandela. You are a joker. Why he GH our own time? Like somebody will say that he want to make them like Nelson Mandela. You are a joker. That you want to make them does not mean now that's make them. Make them and walking towards that direction to make them. I mean, you learn also. Putra decide actually making them and the lady did the struggle by himself. Go and sit down. Let me read out something to you. After the reggae, play the blues. In this COG, we always want to go for reggae and abandon the blues. No man cometh to the Father except through me. You cannot come to the place of your rest, stable freedom, without embracing the comforter or the liberator. It can't. You can never bypass this protocol or process. So, process, I know, protocol, break, now. But that reggae kalaba. And I will read out something to you to prove to you that actually I in on a reggae. And after this reggae, you will embrace freedom. And what is that freedom? That freedom with the blues. After the reggae, play the blues. But you don't know the meaning. No man cometh to the Father except through me. You can't get to freedom without embracing the liberator. Him, God, who the liberator. Nke Chukwu zitere ma tabiri ala masu oyibo ihe anyị na-ekwu na-eme na mberịta ọbịa anyị n'uche anyị ekwuo n'ọnụ ya ka o ji wee bụrụ gospel of redemption. Imo government denies plans to establish IDP refugee camp. Imo governor denies plans to establish IDP refugee camp. This is from the Guardian newspaper. And I was saying something. La generation in the South Africa, God gave them Nelson Mandela. He sent them a comforter that abide with them forever. The comforter abide. Yeah, after years, other comforters. After years, another comforters. While he was inside, the comforters that abide. And the comforters say, this the struggle, La South Africa, but the place of their blues. So, Ogana wata with this freedom. Yana wata reggae. The comforter abide with them. The comforter that abide with them, push the struggle until he go to the place of their freedom. How dance the blues, Manangewa. He want to dance blues without reggae, or they are possible. I am going to send you another comforter that will abide with you forever. Never I know now. Lying can abide reggae. And I need this reggae before I nyaba blues. Remember, God of Israel, Gent, Ekalacho, God of Israel, in form of spirit, to come and fight your battle. When you see you wake up. God of Israel is fighting for Israel because the comforter he God sent bonyele lead yogo n'obodo ndị Israel ka onye ọ bụ their own prime minister Netanyahu ka ogene bafia. I can't pronounce it well or my business onye ndị pronounce well Ekpa Njoko can na wa Ekpa Njoko nke ha bụ nke ndị pronounce well because he is the carrier and deliverer of new dimension. He is the comforter whom God sent to us like this age. Mgbe the comforter nọ n'ime anyị nwere comforter that is pleading on our behalf. And this comforter is the one that is piloting the affair now. Ekpa Njoko. No n'elu ani. No n'iro. Yetego. So that the Bible says that the comforter will abide with us forever. Happen to see repeat here. I am now la Twitter space Mazi Ekpa Njoko. You gotta go. Or say, I know be Mandela. Oh. I know they forgive. Oh. As you don't choose to fight me, just don't stop. You know, I was Mandela. But remember, I am going to send another comforter that will abide with you forever. So this comforter, he is here to stay, to deliver freedom, to deliver Finland to your doorstep. The leader of the apostle man. You may not like it. Imo State, Biafra Liberation Army tried to remind him that of a truth, Naka Abaro reggae, he should not go for blues. So they went there to set the reggae stage, dancing. Hey, Jebido, reggae. Say I putazie Kabasia reggae. So after Kabasia reggae, before I have blues, because Imam bit no katabido blues without reggae. So nde ejeleba bidozie reggae. Ne chezia ka putazie ngaya babachazie reggae, regular blues. You gotta go. The comforter is here to stay. You may not like it, but that is the truth. Let me read out something to you. Jesus of Nazareth, Nelson Mandela. Nobody is talking about it. He was the Jesus of their own time before their freedom abia. He was the comforter before the freedom abia. Why did you refuse here? La oge nkanya la nyama nwe comforter. Onye ni chukwu zitre. La man bind with us forever. You are a joker. Let me read out something to you. Chetakwa Yangro before. He know be Nelson Mandela. He know they forgive. He know they forget. If you start fighting him, start it. Don't stop. You gotta go. Once again, from Mazi Ekpa, this account, I'm going to be reading it gradually. The reason we have not started singing for those who pledged $500,000 bounty on my head and they have done more evil to me spiritually, but soon we will remember them. Remember, after the reggae played the blues, reggae the necessary. So now, very soon that he is going to open reggae music. Only very soon, like those that place bounty of $500,000. This is the comforter that is here to abide with us forever. La yawa, reggae music, reggae music, kahaba. And this reggae music, the next section, because I say this reggae music, blues, so this will quickly placed bounty this year. I'm going to take it again. Like this reggae, the necessary. All the necessary. You can't dance blues without dancing reggae. The reason we have not started singing for those who placed $500,000 bounty on my head and they have done more evil to me spiritually, but soon we will remember them. He is promising to remember them with reggae music. So now I read the reggae music before Haba blues. And I read further. After I became president, I asked my escort to go to a restaurant for a lunch. We sat down and each of us asked what we wanted. On the front table, a man was waiting to be served. When he was served, I said to one of my soldiers, go and ask that gentleman to join us. The soldier went and conveyed my invitation to him. The man got up, took his plate, and sat down right next to me. While he ate, his hands trembled constantly, and he did not lift his head from his food. When we finished, he said goodbye without looking at me. I shook his hand and he left. The soldier told me, Madiba, that man must have been very ill. seeing as his hands did not stop checking while he ate? Absolutely no. The Madiba responded, the comforter that abide with South Africa forever, Nelson Mandela. He responded, absolutely no. The reason for his trembling is another. Then I told him, that man was the warden of the prison where I stayed. After he tortured me, I screamed and cried, asking for some water, and he came, humiliated me, laughed at me, and instead of giving me water, he urinated in my head. Obo nneke Jesus of Nazareth ka enyere mmamịrị ọnụ mmiri. Mana they were able to put their own in writing. Rebanya as gospel. Anyana batia. We so much despised our own and our own story and our own history. Here, Nelson Mandela, after he was tortured, make it a story, document it and sell it on the mmadụ ejo. Malia okele ọrụ ga-ebe ede na-agba nke na ndere documentary mgba la ọ bụ eziokwu. Were ne nwayọ libe okoko. Document your own now. No. Ihe ka na-akọ ọ bụ story. Story your ancestors kọbara. Kọgidi ya ree ụmụnne ha. Ebunye ha igwe. Bunye ha kai kai. Ere ụmụnne ha. The same story ka ị continue wala akọ like this age. Document your own. Lọbụ nneke Jesus of Nazareth na mmiri enyi ya mamịrị. Nelson Mandela na mmiri enyi ya mamịrị. I'm going to take that again. That man was the warden of the prison where I stayed. After he tortured me, I screamed and cried, asking for some water, and he came, humiliated me, laughed at me, and instead of giving me water, he urinated in my head. Document it and sell it. About naked Jesus. Every messenger have a message. Every comforter send it. Or man send the comforter. Kogare pass through troubles. No. Every comforter he God send must pass through sufferings from those he came to save. So every comforter, we have his own troubles on the way to conquer. So Mazi Ekpa, as the comforter, a place bound to this year. As the comforter, as the comforter, as the comforter, abolia terrorists, abolia good for nothing, abolia infiltrator, abolia wapoda, abolia crime minister, abolia the killer of his own people. Or when you hear about the comforter, then what happened? The comforter, the target, the purpose of he God sending the comforter to us, but for him to abide with us forever, going to fulfill destiny. So these troubles the comforter now pass through, but an evidence that he is the comforter and the target of God sending him, or the mission to that he will abide, he will pass through this persecution. All the Agabigetia and the road is in Geneva. That I am going to send you a comforter that will abide with you forever. No matter what you do to the comforter, he will abide with you forever. Because nobody cometh to the Father except through me. You can't get to the place of your rest. You can't get to the place of your blues without dancing surugede, burege, rap our English and they take our gospel, because we preach it without favor. No man cometh to the Father except through me. You can't get it. When the prodigal son returned home to the father, what happened? The father threw a huge party. You welcome here. The father recognized, this is my son. Party. That is the prodigal son returned home. There is always this joy whenever a prodigal son returns to his father. There is always this joy whenever a prodigal son returns home. Whenever you run to your father, there is always this fatherly joy that do come. So the prodigal son returned to the father, returned home to the father, after he must have danced a lot of surugedes. After he must have danced a lot of reggae, he returned home to the father. He returned to the promised land. He returned to the land of his ancestors. He returned to the land of his freedom. And the father welcomed him. That is the prodigal son. There is always this joy when you return to your people, when you return home. And some of you now your people also as prodigal son. And the Mazi some reggae, some blues. After that blues, after that reggae, some reggae. After that reggae, Abawazi blues. So prodigal son apola bachari oringo, bachari reggae, where return to the father, because the father has the blues. Let me read further. He is not sick. He was afraid that I, now president of South Africa, would send him to prison and do to him what he did to me. But I am not like that. This conduct is not part of my character, none of my ethics. Remember, part of his character. Before some of you are say, forgive and forget you. Nelson Mandela, forgive and forget. Next, Mandela talked about character here. That it is not in his character or ethics. Mana, Yawa, as the comforter that abide with South Africa forever, he talked about his character. There is another comforter from our own side that may have another kind of character. And that character, you were a man like his yamba. So let me read further. Mind that seek revenge destroys states, while those that speak reconciliation build nations. This is his own character. So his own character. As I stepped out the door to start a new chapter in my life, I realized that in order to truly embrace my freedom, I needed to let go of all the anger, hatred, and resentment that had weighed me down. I knew that holding onto those negative emotions would only keep me imprisoned. Nelson Mandela. So he talked about his character. So there is other comforters that abide with other people forever that may have different kind of character. No man cometh to the Father except through me. You can't come to the Father. Where is the Father? The place of the Father is the place of freedom. No man cometh to the Father except through me. The place of the Father, the place of freedom. When the prodigal son returned to the father, returned to his freedom, the father threw the party for his Lelemia welcome. The place of father put the place of freedom. I am going to send you another comforter that will abide with you forever. The comforter is here with us to make them, to deliver Finland to our doorstep. Man, I remember like the place of the father, but the place of freedom. After the reggae, play the blues. Blues with the place of freedom. Nyaga understanding for you to key in, embrace your liberator. This reggae. Some of you need reggae. The need for us to play blues. Me oburu na achi gbapere gị di reggae ka enwe ike ịgbapere gị ya tune the volume obere ịghọtago ka ọ kwege ihe maka ọ nwere ka eji esiji agbape di reggae gbalie volume ya too much ịwụbazi awụta awụ to God and ịwụ awụta awụ ma ndị mma so chukwu nna ebere gị now should be ndị a ifuru tiri bounty isi ya ka mgbe ọ ji akpọpe dis reggae egwu a bụ suru gede ka o tune the volume very low ka ị gbanwe ya ka obere hit mee gị ka ị nwee ike switch kwa gbabazie blues ka Chineke mee ka ọ dịrị gị ntu a na aha eze Chite Oke Abịama ise